Welcome! Today we are still trying to prove the innocence of Mr. Powers, but there's more information. Let's see how we go. It's the last trial. It's this. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is also ready. Today will be the final day of this trial. I hope both of the prosecution and the defense will be able to present decisive evidence. Very well, Mr. Edward, your opening statement. In yesterday's session, the defense presented us with a new theory for this case. He claims that the scene of the crime was in fact Studio 2. Today I will call on people present in the Studio 2 trailer that day. From the testimonies, the truth will become clear. Very well. Edward seems a bit on the edge side. You may call your first witness, Mr. Edward. The prosecution called Miss De Vasquez. Vasquez? The stand. Miss D. Vasquez is a producer who was presenting the Studio 2 trailer that day. Will the witness state her name and occupation? De Vasquez, I'm a producer for Global Studios. On the day of the murder, you were in the trailer in Studio 2. As everyone here knows, yes? I just lie needless, Hunter. If you must pontificate, do it when I'm not here. Very well, Miss Vasquez. Please give the court your testimony concerning the day of the murder. Nick, I know she did it. Make her pay. Right. Is she guilty? I'll catch her with her pants down, so to speak. Sorry, I was reading something. I entered the trailer. Oh, a little before noon. The meeting began at 12 sharp. It ended at 4. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to the Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had a sole technique. At 2:30, he took a 15 minutes break in the meeting. Charlie and I ate T-bone steaks on the table in front of the trailer. We found Hammer's body later when we all went to Studio 1. That's all. I have a question about one part of your testimony. You were fatigued, so you had Saul take you? The van. It was a van. A Studio 2. I didn't take me in that. I thought it might be risky to walk. What with that monkey head toppling over? Van added to the court record. I see. Very well. Miss Wright, your cross-examination. This is the final battle. Okay. The trailer. The meeting began 12 sharp and ended. There was another rehearsal afterwards. Things like that sunk. There were 15 minutes. Then I ate T-bone steak and table in front of the trailer. Really? I remember why I hate this part. Ah, as I thought! A contradiction! You claim you ate a T-bone steak. But you say you did not. I say I did not. What is this you now promise, right? Look at this. It's a plate. This plate was on the table in the employee area. As you can see, a large bone has been left behind. Miss Wright, can I remind you it was a T-bone steak? Exactly my point. Remember, if you will, Miss Vasquez and Manella ate a table outside the trailer. Yet there were no bones left on the plates. The plates were bare! Miss Vasquez, tell me, how can a person eat a T-bone steak and not leave out the bone? I think I know how. You ate the boneless steak! You didn't eat any steak during that break. You took your steak and threw it somewhere like that incinerator. I see. Then what was Miss Factor during her break? Is it obvious, Your Honor? Picking on him! Meeting with a still samurai. He was meeting with a still samurai. Order! Order! Are you saying? Yes, Your Honor. I'm saying a lot of things that totally doesn't make sense to me. As Miss Vasquez left the trailer to eat her steak, she ran into the still samurai, and then you did it. You killed him with your own hands. Miss Wright! Miss Wright. Mr. Wright, isn't that a little presumptuous? What kind of stunt are you trying to pull, right? Letting Clay what he wants. You say I did it? Yes. Fascinating. And here I was worrying that today will be as boring as all the rest. Very well. Let us have a battle of wits, you and I. Any day, Vasquez. Good luck, Nick. So I fought you up. Let's see. What was the murder weapon again? Oh yes, the samurai spear. Yes. I am, as you can see, a woman of petite stature. How could I possibly use that heavy spear as well? You couldn't, could you? I think you will have a great deal of difficulty using that as a weapon. Pretty much anyone would. Haha, you see? Yes, however, that has no bearing in this case. Meaning? The summer scene was not the murder weapon. What? What is the meaning of this? The spear was found lying next to the victim's body. I have a proof, Your Honor. I can prove that the samurai spear was not used as a murder weapon. Take that! Wrong, Miss Wright. But I haven't said anything yet. I know you well enough, but you know when you're going to present the wrong evidence. It says it too. Your fame, blood! Okay, so I picked the wrong evidence. Now, without saying something. Right, okay, here's the real evidence. I can prove that the samurai spear was not used as a murder weapon. Take that! Shit. Order. To present my proof the so-called murder weapon. But that is the murder weapon. Not so fast. Remember that this spear was broke. The spear broke during the morning action scene run-through, but someone fixed the spear. It was the security lady. She fixed it with duct tape. Now tell me, how it is possible for someone to stab a man who is wearing a thick costume with this to the chest? Order! Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? Think about what you are. Silence. I'm the one testifying here, I will be heard. Edward is being completely overshadowed. Are you quite sane? Are you even aware of what you're saying? If the samurai spear was not a murder weapon, then pray tell me what was. How was Hammer killed? Well, Mr. Wright, can you tell us? I can tell you. Would I make a claim like that if I couldn't tell you what the weapon was? I'm afraid your confidence can sometimes be unfounded, Mr. Wright. Very well, let's see this murder weapon then. Okay, there it is. Look at this photo. What is this? Why is that Jack Hammer standing on the top of the stairs? Order! If I cannot have order in this trial, will be suspended. Mr. Wright, what is it all about? It's always like the same stuff. This photograph is from 5 years ago. There was an unfortunate accident at the Global Studios. This is a photo of the very accident. And the word of this was leaked to the outside. It was a close-kept secret at the studios. What does this have to do with the current case? Mr. Edward, you still can see it. See the fallen man in the photo? See how the fence post pierced him through the chest. What? Are you saying? Yes. What happened 5 years ago? Has happened again. Mr. Wright, continue. It was 2:30 p.m. on the day of the murder. Miss D Vasquez meet Jack Hammer outside the studio to a trailer. Then she did it. She pushed Mr. Hammer out the stairs into the fence. Just like Mr. Hammer had himself done 5 years ago. Though whether she did it on purpose or by accident, I cannot say. In other words, the victim, Mr. Hammer, he died in the same way that he caused another man to die? 5 years ago? Precisely. Ironic, isn't it? Very creative, Mr. Wright. I could use a man like you on my script writing stuff. You deny that what I say is true? Mr. Wright, let's say for the sake of argument that Hammer died at the trailer, as you say. Yet the body was found at Studio One, was it not? And in the evil magistrate costume, nonetheless. Are you, then, claiming that I carried the body to Studio One, returned to the trailer, all in the space of 15-minute break? How could I have disposed of the body? The break in the meeting at the trailer lasted 15 minutes from 2:30 to 2:45. Could Jack Hammer have been pushed off the stair to his death, then carried to the Studio One and placed inside his costume? There was enough time. Indeed. Well, Mr. Wright, how could she have dealt with the body? She had another way. But she had another way to carry the body, other than with her own hands. For instance? Actually, for that matter, there was no need for her to do the deed in 15 minutes. And there was a way for you to carry the body. Interesting, let's hear it then. Please show us how she carried the body. Miss Vasquez, you carried the body to Studio One, and you used the studio band to do it. Recall your testimony. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to the Studio One. I was fatigued, so I had Sol take me. There was a van there, right? I had Sol drive me. Used the van to carry the body to Studio One. Then, before everyone else got there, we put the body in the magistrate costume. Hold on, Wright. Don't forget it was Sol Manella that drove the van. Are you suggesting that Manella was a conspirator? Actually, no. Yes? Of course Salmonella has to have been a conspirator. The body had to be placed in the van and put into costume. There's no way Miss Vasquez could have done that alone. Also, don't forget that they had to dispose of the Steel Samurai costume. They had to because it was covered in Miss Hammer's blood. They probably burned it to the small incinerator. Well, Miss Vasquez, should I continue? No need. You're smarter than you look, Mr. Wright. I lose. You win. It was fun. I win? So what happens next? Don't me. Did you have anything to say? Or would you like to say? I lost? Something like that? I just said that. Wait, so you mean... That was case, so it was you. You killed Jack Hammer. What can I say? Huh? Are you sure I did? Mr. Wright? We just engaged in battle of wits, and the result of that battle, you proved the possibility that I murdered Hammer. Right. But that is only a possibility. Proof is another thing altogether. You lack decisive proof, Mr. Wright. What? 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 Yeah. He doesn't have a motive to do that. Miss Hammer was already in her palm. There was no reason for her to kill him. Miss Edward, your thoughts? Of course it is as the witness say. Certainly does seem very likely she did it, but there's no proof. Edward isn't sure. Well, I came here as a witness today. If you have no more questions, I'll be leaving. What do I do now? Testifying? No further question? You did it, Vasquez? I don't know. Testify again. I liked you testify. Testify again? Know when to give up, Miss Wright. Think about it. Even if I were to testify again, what's the point? I can only say what I said before. Mr. Wright? I already said all there it is to say. What would happen if I said it again? You ask the same question, get the same answer. A waste of time. Come so far only to fail. Seems there is no further question. Would like to end the cross-examination of witness, Miss Vasquez. You object? Yes, my Jasmine? I was hoping to come up with a question while I was objecting, you know? I didn't. My God, Edward. Okay, Edward. I see. Very well. Yawn! Okay, Edward. I request that the witness testify again. You are the prosecutor, are you not? Why are you bugging me? I'm your witness. I just want to hear your testimony again. Does this make any sense to you, Your Honor? I don't see what we have to add anything again by repeating the last several minutes. Mr. Edward? I too see little point in making Miss Vasquez repeat herself. What exactly do you want her to testify about? Well, yes, Indeed. Early, I say. Ergo. Want to hear about what happened after they found the body? He's a fucking mess. This trial is a mess. After they found the body? Very well. The witness will testify to the court concerning this matter. Nick, why did Edward? Who knows? He probably realized she did it too. But, wasn't he the one that said he always gets a guilty verdict? After all, that Edward. I'm not gonna spoil anything, so shut up. I was with Sal and Olbeck, the security lady, when we found the body. The assistant was there too, only Powers was, of course, absent. I immediately called the police, then Powers showed up. The security lady Olbeck was quite agitated, pointing at Powers saying he did it. As I asked to be left out of the proceedings. I went back to the trailer to get my script and direction note. Then I went home. I see no issue raised by this testimony. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination. Okay, yeah, we're close, real close. She may be acting though. But if you put her on the spot, she's sure to falter. Find the key you need and twist the screw out of her, Nick. Right. I keep chewing my cheek, I don't know why. Should he save? Asked to be left out? Yes. It seemed that everyone else was questioned. I'm really not fond of that sort of thing. You can't just decide who the police will and will not question. Thankfully the studio thinks otherwise. They were nice enough to understand that since we were in a meeting. There was no way we could have been both, thus they were covered for us. Covered up for you? There must have been a lot of writing on it. With all those bigwigs at the meeting. I'm sure her professional help convinced everyone that they didn't require questioning. Escape and your direction notes. Oh. Yes, they are quite valuable. Wouldn't do to have them stolen. No, I guess not. Press harder. Wait a second. I thought you came to studio what for a rehearsal. Why didn't you bring your script and notes? Well, I was under the impression that we wouldn't be able to rehearse anything. Why? There was a murder after all. What could the think of rehearsing after that? Oh yeah, I guess. Very well. Miss Vasquez, please continue. Your Honor, I have an objection. I have an objection to the witness' last statement. And keep chewing my fucking cheek. I don't know why. You call it cheek? No, cheek. How you call it? The inside of my mouth. I don't know why. Think. Miss Vasquez said she didn't bring the script because there wouldn't be a rehearsal. Let's you see what that means. She would have had to know about the murder before going to Studio 1. Edward seemed very pissed. Order! Miss Edward! What you have just said is a reasonable observation. However, I find it hard to understand why the prosecution would make such a move. Are you thinking of a career change to defense? I appreciate the concern, Your Honor. I will stand by my statement, however, regardless of how the court sees my role here. Now, Miss Vasquez, do you have an explanation? I believe Edward is helping me. So the prosecution is in cahoots with the defense. What kind of court is this? No matter. I think you misunderstood me. I had a perfectly good reason to believe there will be no rehearsal. Very well, the witness will change her testimony to reflect his reason. I knew the hammer was injured. I couldn't do any action scene, so I left the scene behind. What? Hammer? Hammer? I thought he was going to say Will. Okay. You knew that Hammer was injured. Do you think that is a little funny? I mean, it was still Samurai who was injured. It was Will Powers. What? Mr. Wright, explain yourself. Yes, Mr. Hammer is dragging his leg in this photo. But that's because he's pretending to be Mr. Powers. Pretending? One person was injured in the run-through that morning. The person was Mr. Powers, not Mr. Hammer. Now, why did you think it was Miss Hammer who was injured? I already said it. Well, Sal told me. That's right. You must have gotten it wrong. I think not. May Manala was at the run-through that morning. He would have known it was Miss Power who was injured and saw it happen. Why would he tell you the wrong person? Miss Vasquez? You heard Manala wrong. You saw Hammer limping. Actually, you didn't hear anything from Manala. You saw Mr. Hammer limping with your own eyes. Yes, but wasn't it Mr. Powers who was injured? Yes, but remember, Miss Hammer was dragging his legs too. He was pretending to be Mr. Powers. And when was he doing this? Well, would have to have been after he put on the Steel Samurai costume and went to Studio 2 where he was murdered. Exactly. Miss Vasquez, you meet him, didn't you? You saw the Steel Samurai limping. And Miss Hammer was in the Steel Samurai suit. That's why you were confused. That's why you thought that it was Miss Hammer who had been injured that morning. Order! I will have order. Witness, can you refute this claim? Yeah, let's see you sneak out of this, Vasquez. Very well. I have a question for you. Why are the killers always so persistent? Why in the world would I want Miss Hammer dead? Yes, he fallen on hard times, but he was a star. I had nothing to gain from his death. Nothing. Yes, you would need a motive. Why would she have killed the victim? If there is a reason, it is unclear to this court. Does the defense have anything to say on the matter? In other words, can you prove that she had a motive? Of course I can prove it. Nick, no! Say you can prove it now with we had the meeting defeat. She get away. But what proof could I possibly have? I don't care if it is impossible, but still you have to fight this one. Okay, I have a proof, and I'll show you that you. There's a good evidence that Miss Vasquez was indeed in cahoots with a murder. This is my proof. This is the photo from before. This photo reveals the motive of this murder. I'm right, aren't I, Miss Vasquez? 5 years ago, Mr. Hammer was the height of his fame. With D. Vasquez's help, a terrible accident was swept under the carpet. Ladies and gentlemen, the case currently up for trial began on that day 5 years ago. Ironically enough, that accident precipitated Miss Hammer's fall. His fall from stardom. His guilt weighted him down, no doubt. However, you D. Vasquez, Mr. Hammer. You made him work for you for a petty change. Bringing us to the present day and Mr. Hammer's last role as the evil magistrate. Evil. Yes, undoubtedly it was a constant source of shame for the X-Star. One moment, Mr. Wright. We are talking about motives here, yet you have only talked about Mr. Hammer. It also seems as if it was Miss Hammer who had killed Daviscus, not the other way around. What motive will Miss Vasquez have? Yes, that's right. According to what you say, I would have had no reason to kill Hammer. He was a good source of income for me. And I never get rid of useful men. It's a policy of mine. Mr. Wright? Please explain Miss Vasquez's motive for murder. She had no motive. What's that now? It was Miss Hammer who was out for blood. All Miss Vasquez did was to push him off the stairs in self-defense. What's that now? It's simple. Mr. Hammer was intending to kill Miss Vasquez. What? What? Yeah, that's what. Your Honor! Jack Hammer drugged Mr. Powers with sleeping pills. Jack Hammer snuck into the dressing room and stole the Steel Samurai costume. Jack Hammer wore the costume to fool the security lady into thinking he was Powers. Then Jack Hammer made his way to the trailer. And for that purpose, you ask? To kill the Vasquez who had so cruelly taken advantage of him all those years. So you did do it, didn't you? Yes. I am guilty. It was me. Someone call an ambulance! There's blood everywhere! We're too late! Ah! Miss Vasquez! What? What happened to her? Manuel fell from the trailer stairs. Manuel! Manuel! Miss Vasquez, please try to remain calm. No! No! How could this? It was an accident. Miss Hammer was doing an action scene and... No! Manuel! Manuel! Don't touch me! No! Please, please don't die! Please! Congratulations, Mr. Wright. I lose again. Mr. Edward, where's the Vasquez? In the waiting lobby, Your Honor. As calm as a collector as ever. I see. You're right. Yes, Your Honor. I please you have brought about yet another miracle. Aye, thank you, Your Honor. I think not, Your Honor. Will Powers was innocent. That he should be found so is only natural, not a miracle. Yes, Your Honor. Very well. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Will Powers, not guilty. So, I don't know if they explain it. Okay. That's all. This court is adjourned. Should I explain it? You want me to explain it? It's messy. It's messy as fuck. I don't know what to say. Thank you so much. I'm just glad you're okay. Yes, but it's sad. I know that Mr. Hammer stole my costume. It's bad enough that he wanted to kill Miss Vasquez, but to think that he tried to frame me from the murder makes me even sad. Me sad. Tell me why. Tell me why, Mr. Wright. Tell me, why did Miss Hammer want to blame me? This is what I think. Miss Hammer wanted to put the blame on you because... Is that right? Because you were the Steel Samurai. Was the Steel Samurai? Miss Hammer was a big star once, but he was reduced to acting in a kiss show, and as a villain to boot. He just loved the Steel Samurai, and so he hated you. I think I understand. He could have just told me. I would have changed places with him anytime. think you are missing the point. Thank you. I'm just glad it's all over. So am I. Congratulations. Weepy. Oh. Thanks to you, I'll be able to don the steel samurai outfit up once more. I can't wait to get back into that sweaty costume and Huh? Is something wrong? No, of course not. Ah! Nick! Edward! Say something, right? I'm not good at small talk. What? That was too bad! Edward! Don't waste any time gloating, do you? No. I really want to thank you. Basket would have gotten away if you hadn't stepped in. Oh, pleased to meet you. I'm Powers. Edward. I'm a big fan of your work, Mr. Powers. Oh, this was so funny. Oh, liar! Right? I must say I hadn't expected to meet you again after all these years. He's a big fan of Steel Samurai. He was not lying. Meet again? However, retrospect, I would have been better had we not met. Thanks to you, I'm saddled with unnecessary feelings. Unnecessary feelings? Yes, unease and uncertainty. Aren't those kind of necessary? They only serve to get in my way. You listen to me, Phoenix Wright. You'll never show your face in front of me again. That's what I came here to tell you. I can assure you that will never come. Right? Was that guy your friend? What? Friends? As if. They're rivals. Rivals, right, Nick? For now we are, I guess. Huh? Why do I get the feeling I'm missing something? Come on, Nick. Tell me. What's the deal with with you and Edward? And so the curtain closes on another trial. It goes quite a stir by revealing that action from 5 years ago. It was the talk on the town. Thankfully, Global Studio retold its programming change and went back to making kids shows again. Oh, the Pink Princess. Nick! This is it! The new show starts today. You're going to watch it with me? Right? And I was kind of surprised. I didn't think they seriously go through it a bit. You have to buy trading cards too, okay? You have to trade with Cody and that assistant. Fine, I'll do it. Isn't it great that WP gets to play the lead again? I wonder if they'll show his real face this time. I don't know. I don't think the world is ready for the real Will Powers. With all his glory. Nobody's ready for the Wolverine. See, they don't really explain it, so I fucking hated the fact they didn't explain it. Anyway, so from my understanding, Manuel was something dear to Miss Vasquez, I think. So she basically wanted to ruin the career of Mr. Hammer for everything, like because you know, that accent, I think. But as they say, it was not really a crime. It was like a self-defense. So I don't think the Vasquez is in prison. It was actually a self-defense act, but I don't know why she tries so much to hide it. This is why I'm so confused by that. Like comparatively, like like if you think about it, there's like it become like a bigger mess, you know. I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of messy. The Hammer was trying to kill Vasquez. Vasquez win by self-defense by pushing him. He died, and that's basically what it is. I don't know why, like, they made it so much worse. Like, I really don't know why. Like, this is why it's saying it's a mess. It's like, why you can just say it was self-defense, you know? Like, this guy will come in with a fucking spear, try to fucking stab me. You're pushing fucking full. They will probably believe you're a petite girl. This guy was fully armored, was trying to kill you, and even they don't believe it's self-defense, it was still fucking accident because you didn't meant to kill him, probably, I suspect, and also because there were too many fucking witnesses in the area. Like, what the fuck? Isn't someone else in the area? Isn't the big wing idiots things? I don't know. Weren't there like there was a meeting there? It's like, oh, I'm trying to kill a person. Oh, let's do it when there is a meeting full of people. I mean, can you can you actually outrun them by, you know, having a heavy costume? Like, there's so many problems in it. I don't know. It was one of the weirdest one. I never understand it. Like, okay, let's try to cover it up because she's in trouble. What is the trouble? And like, that he was blackmailing him, like he was like, as they say, it was like an accident, right? So if it was not an accident, you know, if it was done on purpose, that would be actually a problem for him, rather for her, you know. I think she wanted to, I think maybe she realized it was on purpose, and she just used it to ruin his career because she knew that behind they will actually think it's as an accident. So he wouldn't be going behind the bars or something like that. I don't know. It's like, it's so messy, you know? It's just messy. And I was like, oh, I don't know. Well, I'm just blathering around, just ranting. This is why I said it's a mess. Like, I don't have anything against... I don't have anything against how they... Like, it's a mess, okay? Let's be honest, it's a fucking mess. It's like just the last moment they had like an extra plot twist, you know, like but it was so weird. That's like, you know, 5 years ago something happened. I kind of hate it because it's kind of messy. It's just too messy. It's just a fucking mess. I'm sorry, I apologize. Just a small rant of mine. Skip that. Well, we're gonna end the episode right now, right here, and we're gonna see you again very, very soon.